I'm Brett Denson. I'm from Texarkana, Texas.
So this interview is for an exercise in a course that I'm taking this semester. For the purposes of this exercise, do you consent to being interviewed and recorded?
Yes. I worked at a water park in my hometown. It was like a super small water park, not like Six Flags or anything. As a lifeguard there, I worked there for 2 years as a lifeguard, and then this past summer I got promoted to head guard. So basically, what I did is I just made sure, like, I put the schedule together for all the guards, and then on duty, I would walk around and make sure all the guards were doing their job and no one needed a break, and dealt with any patron problems or medical conditions or anything that went down was on me. So I was basically the boss for shifts and managed that. So a typical day, we open at 11. So as a head guard, I'd get there at 10:30, and we make the rotation that shows where everyone's supposed to be on stand for. We rotate every 15 minutes around, and you have a break about every hour to hour and a half, depending on how many guards come in to work and whatnot. Most of my coworkers, pretty much all of my coworkers, as far as lifeguards go, we are all high school students or college students. Um, so we are all around the same age. Like men and women work there. We pretty much all were friends and close just because we worked all day, every day together. So
Okay.
it's a super tight knit group. We were all friends in high school for the most part too. So it was like seeing your friends from high school. So that was super cool. But I wasn't dealing with any like 30-year-olds working right next to me or anything like that. We were all kind of the same. I dealt with the lifeguards as a head lifeguard, but along with that, we also had concession stand workers. So they work concessions and food and serve drinks and whatever. And then we had front gate and security. So they're the people who that went along with like front desk too. So they're the people who you like walk up to when you go to the water park and purchase tickets from, and then check bags when you're going in and scan tickets. So as far as lifeguards go, we actually were pretty 50-50 as far as men and women go. But when it came to the other positions, um, front desk, who like you actually purchase the tickets from through the window, they were all women. Um, but then when it came to the front gate, who checked bags and scanned tickets and stuff, those were all men. So really, like the security aspect of it was all men, and the like hospitality like department pretty much was all women. And then as far as the concession stands went, it was a little more equal, but not really. Like 75% of the workers in the concession stands were women. Our head guards are disproportionately male as opposed to female, and a lot of times that got chalked up to be because we as men were able to be bigger and like more forceful in being able to talk to patrons and stuff, and that women got taken advantage of at a higher rate. But that definitely affected the hiring and advancement process from lifeguard to head guard. We had a lot of problems with male patrons hitting on female lifeguards, and that definitely never happened with female patrons hitting on male lifeguards. So that had to be addressed a lot of times with just sexual harassment and stuff. Females who were lifeguards a lot of times would struggle getting bigger patrons out of a pool just rescuing, because usually most of the time the female lifeguards that we had were smaller and a lot of times weaker than the males were. We had a lot of complaints from female lifeguards because at the water park, we as the males, we were required to be, or we were allowed to be shirtless. We just had to wear our guard shorts that were provided through the water park. But the girls had to wear one pieces, which a lot of times, especially when it was getting hot, like made them heat up a whole lot quicker than guys did. And they, for years, have been trying to get two pieces to be implemented, but from management it's told that you're not allowed to wear a one piece, or you're not allowed to wear a two piece because it's a family friendly facility, and that's not family friendly. But us guy lifeguards aren't like required to wear shirts or anything. So it was definitely a frustration as far as the female lifeguards have. I think a big gender discrepancy occurred in the hiring of head guards. So there's 8 of us head guards, 7 of us were male, and 1 was female, even though the lifeguards that we represented were 50-50. They definitely would have responded better to having a female superior above them to talk to about that stuff, and that definitely wouldn't be hard to implement and should be implemented.